Hello, happy Friday, Moonbeams. Today is December the 15th, alright, and it is Friday. So I hope you guys are having, or I hope you guys have had a great week. I haven't been able to get any videos out to you guys because of our new moon that we had this week. So I hope everything is going good. This reading is going to be a generational reading, all right, for you. Basically, we're going to be talking to your ancestors to see what it is that you guys need to be aware of, what it is that you need to do, what it is that you need to focus on, okay? So I am going to get started. And before I actually start, I want to say that I do not give anyone the right to copy or reuse any of my content, as all content belongs to me and my company, The Brewhouse Lair. If I give out any health information, I always ask that you check with your physician before using any of those methods that I give out. All right? So here we go. And if you have never had a generational reading before, or if you have never seen one of my readings before that are for generational situations dealing with you, your ancestors, they are basically about trying to get you to understand your purpose, trying to get you to understand what your ancestors need from you, what they need you to do, whatever messages that they have. And a lot of times people don't understand these things, or know these things, should I say, because they're not able to read cards. Some people are really good at reading, but then some people are not good at understanding what those readings mean exactly. So you have people like me who break it down for you to get you to see what you need to see. All right. So yes, all right. So we're gonna stop right here with these 8 cards and go in. Let me just make sure you guys can see them all. This candle over just a little bit so you guys can see this. Alright. Okay, so the first card is time, and it's upside down. So naturally that means if you're thinking that you have time, you don't. Okay? There may be something that your ancestors are trying to bring to your attention, and maybe not just about the time. Maybe there's some message that they're trying to relay to you, and you're not really understanding or understanding what that message is. 9 times out of 10, your ancestors, from what I see here, it looks like some of them may have practiced, and there's something that they need you to fix that they could not fix. A lot of the times what happens is we have these purposes, but before we can fulfill our purpose, we're already gone. And being that we are in a spiritual war, which we have been in for a while, I'm gonna say it's been really bad with the spiritual war since about 2015. I keep bringing that number up because that is when a lot of things were revealed, and then at the same time, that was the time where a lot of these darker forces and energies came in to more so try to attack the chosen ones, to throw them off their path. And whatever they're trying to relate to you, they're letting you know you don't have much time. Okay, the veil is still not closed, and it won't be closed for a while. And if you don't do what it is that you need to do, then that situation is going to fall onto someone else. So maybe you are spiritual and you know that you have spiritual things that you need to do. You have your spiritual duties, but you're not following them. And they're trying to get your attention, but you know, you're a wise guy. You don't want to hear what they have to say. You know, and they're telling you here, you're really not a wise guy. You need to turn that energy around, because this is not the energy we need you to have. These two cards being upside down also are letting you know that your feeling towards maybe spirituality or maybe not understanding your purpose, you know, you don't have time. So this is you and, you know, them in the middle trying to get your attention here. All right. Some of you may be too busy competing with others to actually fulfill the purposes that you need to fulfill. So maybe some of you are tapping more into the petty jealousies, the pettiness, you know. And the thing about competition is you should never feel that you have to compete with anyone, because you can't compete where you don't compare. You're already great. You know, there's no reason for you to be in competition with anyone. Or maybe someone is in competition with you and your spirituality. So take that how it resonates, because it's going to resonate for people differently. And when you guys watch these videos, any videos on my channel, never force the message, because I could say something and literally that one sentence could be for hundreds of people, but the next 3 sentences or the next, you know, few words that I speak may not be for those same 100 people. It may be for another group of hundreds of people, right? So never try to force these messages. The vanity card is upside down, so that's 2 ways that could go. Maybe you are too much into material things, or maybe your ancestors were into too many material things where they were not paying attention to what needed to be done within your line. All right. Another thing is, when you heal yourself and your trauma, you heal your ancestors. I feel that right now for somebody, or a couple somebody may resonate with that. Somebody may be going through a process where they're trying to heal, but then some of you may be going through a process where you're not trying to heal. You don't want to do it. You know, it's too traumatic for you. You don't want to deal with it. You don't want to talk about it. However, and I feel like this is where forgiveness and faith comes in, because you don't want to live in that toxic environment. You know, your ancestors may want you to heal so they can heal, because at the same time, when I say when you heal, your ancestors heal, you have to understand that a lot of us carry the trauma from our ancestors, and a lot of us are ancestors who lived before. Okay, and we're still processing and dealing with the traumas before. So if you've ever been sad and you don't know why you're sad exactly, you could literally be sad because of something that happened in your past life, but you're not sure, you know, exactly what that is. And that is because when we reincarnate, our memories are wiped. So this is why you hear a lot of YouTubers, a lot of TikTokers, you hear them saying, remember who you are, remember who you are, remember who you are, because it is literally our duty to remember who we are and what our purpose is in this life, you know. And when you don't learn these lessons, you have to keep repeating them over and over and over until you learn them, right? So that's where we go back to the time card here, okay? So they may be trying to communicate with you, but then you could be fighting them. You could be fighting your purpose, right? You don't want to do this. So many people think it's evil. You know, there's nothing evil about talking to your loved ones. There's nothing evil about communicating with the dead. It's all based on the intention of it. Now, there are some people out here who obviously want to communicate with evil forces and evil spirits that have passed on, and they have bad intentions, but that doesn't have to be you, who you are. You know, I pride myself in saying that I'm the priestess that I want to be and not the priestess everyone else wants me to be, because we can't be what anybody else wants us to be. We have to just be who we are. All right, kind of like this card says, you know, as is. You know, you are how you are. You know, you can lie and you can manipulate and try to be someone else, but at the end of the day, you always have to be who, you know, you originally are. So this card was upside down, and it says act of love. So maybe someone is doing something with the opposite of those intentions. You know, maybe someone did something to your ancestors. Maybe your ancestor was a person who was of good love, but someone that they trusted, they just wasn't keeping it 100 with them. You know, they were being very shady. And that's the thing about these generational readings, is I find a lot of times that the ancestors were pretty much just lied to and used. You know, people manipulated them, and this is why, you know, they come out and say the things they say. You see what I'm saying? Defense comes out while I'm saying manipulation and people being manipulative. So this is why the ancestors are on defense, because playing on offense wasn't helping them. You know, being nice, being generous, taking people in, trying to help others, it wasn't helping them. And maybe they were doing this as an act of love, but they were betrayed somehow. And for a lot of you, I've been feeling this energy about the ancestors. Some of you guys' ancestors are in a spiritual prison. I don't know if you know that, but I'm here to tell you that that's what it is. All right, we have here and now, act of love. Okay, we have evermore. Okay, and I'll go through those in a minute. We have self-care. So someone definitely is reaching out to you about healing and tapping into your self-care. Your ancestors are blunt, okay? They're like, stop being a chicken, okay? Just stop it. Your ancestors are saying that you are disconnected from them, so you need to find ways to reconnect. If you need my help, you can always go to www.thebrewhouseletter.org. You can send me a message. I'm really easy to talk to, you know. I'm really easy to guide others, help others. So if you need that help, just let me know. All right. We have the service card, okay? And we have the academic card. All right, so some of your ancestors were players. You know, they played the game. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that they were, you know, cheating on other ancestors, but they had to play that defense, you know, because they were being taken advantage of. And here and now, you might be taken advantage of, and they're like, we're not repeating that cycle again. And generational curses don't always have to be something evil, but there can be a pattern. And the pattern may be that you need to jump on the defense and get off of offense, because you're allowing people to use you. And when you allow people to use you, it ultimately holds you up from your blessings, and your ancestors don't want you to be held up. Okay? Some of you may be getting married, and you may be inviting people to your wedding who really don't have no good for you. You know, like their intentions are not pure at all. And when you get married, you don't want these evil type of people that are wishing you bad in your wedding, because a wedding is ultimately a ritual. A ritual is anything that has a core set of steps, right? And obviously weddings have a core set of steps. There are synchronizations of how things are supposed to go within that wedding. So if you're having this ritual and you have people there who do not wish you and your man good, then what are you supposed to do? You know, the first thing would be to monitor and watch people's actions before you even invite them. Look at their facial expressions. What does their face tell you about that? You know, and this is ultimately why some people elope. Okay, so just be careful with that. I feel like some of you are getting married, you know, maybe if not the end of this year, maybe you guys have set the date for next year, and all the people there are not going to be good. So when you have this wedding, think about having 300 people there, and 250 of those people are like, why it ain't me? It ain't happening for me. Like, why her? Why him? How do they get to be happy? So if you have those, if you have that many people in this ritual, what do you think is going to be the type of energy that you and your husband receive? And I believe this is why, and this is just my theory, but you heard it here first. This is my theory as to why relationships and marriages don't last, because so many people have the wrong type of people around them that are genuinely not happy for them. All right, so be careful with that, because you have service next to it, and a wedding is a service, right? I also feel with this card that we have an emotional support dog here. So again, some of you are healing. You could have just lost a loved one. You could have just lost the ancestor. And they are trying to be in service to you, or they're letting you know that, hey, I'm on the other side now, so I got your back over here, and I'm going to be in service to you. But you still have to understand that there are things that you need to do, because I'm not going to let you guys go with this time card. Like, when the ancestors say you don't have a lot of time, you don't, okay? In the spiritual realm, things are more accelerated. So, like, you could have a dream about something that the ancestors show you, and you could have 3 months. But in their world, they're like 6 months ahead of it. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. And then, like I said, we have self-care. So someone is definitely telling you, hey, take care of yourself, okay? You're not eating healthy. Take care of yourself. You know, you're not working out. Take care of yourself. Some of you may have lost somebody who had heart problems. Maybe they were overweight and they were not taking care of themselves. And it is our duty, it is our job to take care of ourselves, okay? For some of you, you are spiritual and you just chicken, you know? You're just chicken. I'm gonna call it what it is. They said it, not me, you know? It's time for you to get out of that fear. Your ancestors are not gonna hurt you. They're your loved ones, you know? And when you reach out to them, you can say ancestors known and unknown, you know, and then whatever questions you have for them, you know, what do you need me to do? How do you need me to do it? Where are you trying to guide me? Can you show me? You know, and then they will start showing you. When you start seeing the numbers, the angel numbers, or any other types of numerology after you make these prayers, after you make these requests, just know that that's the universe responding to your prayers and requests, which I believe they're going to respond, because you're completely disconnected from them at this moment, and they don't need that. A lot of you also may not know that if you don't feed your ancestors, they don't eat. Okay, and this is why us priestesses, when someone dies, we do the proper rituals, so our ancestors can eat, because if not, they're outside while everybody's inside and they can't, you know, eat their food, and that's not okay. So they're not gonna give you everything you want where you can be happy, and meantime they're over there suffering. All right. Some of you may be in school right now, so that may be a resignation for some of you guys. Some of you may be thinking about going to school, okay? And some of you come from ancestors who went to school, who were scholars of their own. And some of them might be saying that, hey, you need to go ahead and take that leap and go back to school, all right? So let's see what else. Oh, I'm telling you, I be so on point. Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. All right. And if you do suffer from depression, for this new moon, I just recently uploaded products for depression, and they are linked in the description section. All right. So if you guys want, you guys can definitely check those out. I have the lotions too, but the lotions are actually still charging. We are in the waxing moon phase, so while we're in waxing, I'm bringing the energy up for the depression products, because you guys have a low energy and I want you to have a higher energy. All right, so we have Air Guardian, shift your perception. Okay, when you're flying in the air, you can see things from above you. So think about like a bird. A bird can see things from a very high view. When you're on the ground, you have that low view, which puts you into your emotions, because you're like, I can't see anything past this right here, right? Some of you are definitely in toxic situations, and they're telling you be the peacekeeper. You know, sometimes the best response is no response, and I had to learn that the hard way, you know, because I'm always like, you ain't finna tell me what to do, you know, no. But I started thinking, like, you know what, let me just remove myself away from these people and these toxic places, and then I don't even have to deal with that, you know. So for me, it took the let go of the need to be right. You know, some of you may be water signs that are reading this. Some of you, well, watching this. I don't know why I said reading this. And some of you may be air signs, all right? So, yes. Let's see what else we got. Surround yourself around protective energy. I feel like there is a darkness around some of you. Not all of you, but some of you. And you need to book with me to see what that darkness is, because when I tell you guys this veil is not closed and the energy around is so bad right now, it's bad. Like, people have been blowing me up, telling me that like, even when they burn their Palo Santo, like, the Palo Santo is literally just black. You know, they're hearing things. It feels very uneasy. It doesn't feel safe in their homes right now. So, you know, let me help you guys. You know, that's what I'm here for. I know I do a lot, but again, I'm in service to the divine and the divine's people, all right? Some of you need to shed that old skin of yourself. Stop dwelling in those old habits. Change your language, you know. The name of my book that I will be releasing next year. All right, we have the spring, you know. See your seeds grow. You plant, it will grow. All right. For some of you, we have the Druid card, who is saying hold the space. All right. We have the Seer coming out, that's saying see beyond your current situation. And then we have winter, which we're supposed to be in winter, but the weather just goes up and down. Like, now it's cold, but then it's going to be hot again. So yeah. We're in winter, but take care of your needs. So some of you, not someone, there are many of you who are going to come across this video who are not taking care of yourself. Please take care of yourself. You only get your one self. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to wait until reincarnation to go through all of this again, when you can fix this here right now. Okay? Seeing beyond your current situation. You may be in a toxic household. You may want to move out. You may have a toxic friend, lover, co-worker, and they're telling you, with your eyes closed, you can see beyond that. You know, you have to tune everything out and see beyond that. See what you're trying to get to. Do your vision boards, guys. You know, make vision boards of the things that you want to bring into your life and then manifest that. But as you're making your vision boards, also be careful not to share those things with other people, because other people don't want it. And at the bottom of the deck, we have retreat and recharge. So some of you may need to do that. You may need to pull yourself away from these people that are just very toxic. And if you live with them, go to your room. You know, not to sound like a parent, but go in your room. Get on Amazon and buy some things that, you know, uplift your vibe. Get you some LED lights. You guys, cards are always, and what did I say about seeing things from a higher perspective? And now we have the eagle coming out, telling you the same thing. We have the star ancestor card coming out saying follow the voice of your soul. You know, don't follow what someone else is telling you to do, because a lot of people, they'll tell you to do something and then they won't even do it themselves. So like, you cannot listen to people. I'm telling you, like, most people are on stupid juice anyway. We have the heart guardian coming out. Love and let yourself be loved. Okay, some of you may feel like you're not even worthy of love, you know, which may be why you're disconnected from your ancestors too, and you can't hear or communicate with them, because you don't even feel like somebody would even have your back like that. Like, I feel like some of you are so used to just not having genuine people in your life. All right, let's see what else we have coming in for you, because I know we gotta have something good here. Yeah, some of you are really, oh, look at that. Some of you are really at war with somebody. Like, some of you are just really at war, and these two came out together, and it's because they're judging you. You know, they're judging what you do, how you eat, how you pray, who you pray to, where you want to go to school. And you have to remember something. If you are going to school, let me talk to the people who are going to school for a minute. If you are going to school, go to school for something that you want to go to school for. Because if you end up going to school for something that you don't want to go to school for, I'm telling you, you're going to fail, because you're going to lose interest in it. Okay? Some people will say, well, in this family, we're doctors. Okay, but you might not want to be a doctor. You know, in this family, we're lawyers. You may not want to be a lawyer. I went to law school because, yes, everyone in my family was like, you should be a lawyer. Like, you love to argue. And I'm just, even when they said that, I was like, okay, whatever. I really don't love to argue, but you're not going to tell me something that I feel like is wrong, and I'm not going to agree with that. Like, I'm a truth finder. You know, I love proving the truth. So being a lawyer was really good for me, but at the same time, I have people who need my help spiritually. So I love this lane so much. I love being a priestess more than I love, you know, being a lawyer. If that makes sense. To some people that may not make sense, but to me it does. We had this card come out. I'm gonna show you these other ones, but this is what you look forward to. Anytime that you feel bad about what you're going through in your life, think about this, okay? And think about how many steps it takes to get to that point, to get to that rainbow. Some of you are going to be having your rainbow babies. You know, your family is going to get back together. Like I said, some of you are getting married, okay? But you have this devil over here, and you could be, you know, the devil card represents Capricorn, so you could be dealing with a Cap, you know, or you could be a Cap, you know, but you're dealing with somebody who has already sold their soul to the devil, Okay, these people are bonded and tortured. Their road, loves, their road looks nothing like yours. And this may be why, for some of you, like I said earlier, they may be in competition with you. And this may be why they're in competition with you. Okay, and your ancestors, being that this is an ancestor reading, your ancestors could see this happening and see that this devil is trying to stop your, yeah, definitely trying to stop it. That this devil is trying to stop your life from going to where it needs to go. Okay, so the thing about that is your road is already paved. Their road is already paved. Their souls are gone. Now, can they reincarnate? Not really, but they could come back as demons. You see what I'm saying? So whoever this devil is, try to remove yourself away from them in the best possible ways that you can, because that person is definitely coming for your greatness. And as you see, my table just literally flipped, you know, so as I'm saying this, you know, but you will receive justice if you get those scales balanced. And as you see, this is really about your roads, okay? Like, I cannot make this up. There are roads in all three cards, okay? So maybe someone's trying to, there are also doorways. So maybe someone's trying to block your doors. They're trying to close your roads down. If they are, if this is resonating with you and you're trying to get to this point and stay at this point with your marriage, hit me up so I can help you keep those roads open, or if your roads are closed, so I can open them, you know, because again, you may be blind to this. This may be something that you don't understand. You know, how can you fight something that you can't see? How can you fight something that you don't know how to fight? You know, and it's hurting you. Whatever it is, however the situation is going down, it's hurting you mentally, physically, and emotionally, so much so that the heart guardian has to come out and is like, let yourself be loved, because you may not even trust your partner at this point. You may think that your partner is gonna do you bad just because, you know, you may come from a family who treats you bad, you know. And your ancestors want you to know, like, this is not life. This is not what this is. All right. So yes, let me. It sounds like you having fun back there. So yeah, like, if you guys need my help, don't hesitate to text me. Don't hesitate to call me. I will help you, whatever it is. Just, you gotta hit me up though, and you gotta not be shy about it, you know. And I don't want to hear that, oh, well, you're always busy. I'm in service to the divine and his people. I'm always going to be busy, okay? However, I'm never too busy to respond to a text. Like, I could talk to more people through text than I can physically on the phone, right? So even if it's some reassurance you need, even if it's help, even if you can only afford a 3-card $5 reading, I have those, you know, on my website. But you guys have to stop being afraid to reach out, and you have to let someone help you, because you're battling a lot, you know. And there goes the defense. You're battling a lot, and it gets hard to hold the space, you know, because you're fighting so much, you know. And it's like no one's there, you know, helping you, or you feel like no one's there, or you feel like you're alone, you know. And that's why I do these readings, so you guys know that you're not alone. All right, so definitely reach out. My website is www.thebrujaslair.org. It is also linked in the description section. All right, so I hope you guys have a great weekend. If you're not having a great weekend, just remember, you know, that you are in control of your energy. Don't let anyone bring your energy down. Always elevate above that and beyond that, because a lot of these people are that try to bring your energy down. They're your enemies from your past life, but you haven't realized that yet. Okay, so you have to understand and understand that they're just trying to stop you from getting here, and you have to keep fighting, and you have to keep going no matter how much they judge you. All right, talk to you guys later.